And we're rolling on stream. Welcome to our stream. My name is Jim, and I will be your gas station attendant today, as I am.
Jiffy Lube.
I am color coordinated, and Mike is also color coordinated, but he's not. His hat is not color coordinated right now. We are maroon, because we are marooned in cyberspace. Why do I have coffee? I need a block of ice to sit on. It's 9:33 a.m. and it's hot AF.
It doesn't feel that early. I don't know why. Maybe I'm becoming a morning person slowly.
Yeah?
I don't know. Not really. Like 7's fine. I don't get tired, but 9 o'clock does feel like some, not afternoon, but it feels like go time, you know? Where 9 o'clock used to be like coffee at my desk time.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
But now I'm already like, my brain's already been going hard for like an hour.
Yeah.
I go hard from like 8 to 9, and then I try to coast the rest of my day.
I feel you.
I heard I don't know how real it is because all my information is fake and comes from TikTok, but
we've established that.
Yeah, there's like these psychology guys on TikTok, and you know, you get their algorithms actually probably the best and like most powerful on the planet. They're
really?
like the Thanos of algorithms. Yeah, you watch one thing a little too long, and your entire fucking thread is now that. So I watched like one psych talk about ADHD habits or something, like things you don't know ADHD may cause. I watch that shit now. I just have a bunch of people telling me how fucked up I am, but one of the things is or a tip from like some psych on ADHD is that, and this kind of makes sense for anybody, to me at least, but for they are marketing obviously and creating content, they say for ADHD folks, but they say front load your day with difficult shit or what's difficult for you, and I've just always done that.
I feel like I must have the opposite of that because I can't front load my day with anything. Like I'm very slow to start up.
Because it's difficult or because you don't like to do it? I don't like to do it, but it's the way that I get most shit done.
Oh no, it's super difficult for me. My most productive time is often late.
Yeah, see, I'm done.
Or middle afternoon, kind of middle any time between say like 2 in the afternoon to 10 o'clock at night.
I guess it's so dependent because we do a lot of different jobs or types of work.
Yeah.
Creative work, I'm like late afternoon, night. Acting or creating a content, whatever the fuck term you want to call that, like 2 or afternoon. But like more admin, email, organizing, mini math, budgeting bullshit that I deal with, it's got to be like morning, and I got to get it out the way. Because if I try to do it in the afternoon, I'll just punch my computer or something.
I am more likely to make a mistake first thing in the morning, so.
Interesting.
I don't know if it's because of the melatonin I'm taking at night, which is possible, but I don't remember ever being like super sharp first thing in the morning. It's just kind of not my constitution.
I don't think anyone is, right? Like, and that's a whole nother, but like, why are we having kids who are going through puberty? They're fucking world's in chaos.
Right.
Wake up at 6 to go to school at 7:30 and sit there for 8 hours where their hormones are just telling them to procreate every 10 seconds. And they're just fucking eat, sleep, kill, fuck, and they're just sitting at a desk for 8 hours learning algebra.
Yeah.
That's good for their mental health? And now we wonder why our world's fucked. We got a bunch of fucktards running around, lazy fucktards. It's our system.
I agree with you. They've been trying to change that, but part of it is they have to coordinate bus schedules in some places
100%.
with the lower grades, and the lower grades folks need, kids need babysitting or whatever,
and the society, parents go to work 9 to 5. I get it. I wonder, because you do hear that America's the hardest. We wear it like with a badge of honor, and it is in some senses. Like, trust me, I'm not anti-America by any means, but we say like hardest working country in the world. But like the truth is, like, we work the most hours.
Yeah,
we may not be the hardest working. There's a big difference there.
Our efficiency is it's good, but it's only good because we don't take enough time off.
And we have so many people.
Not because we make every hour efficient.
But yeah, we have the less amount of vacay, the most amount of work hours. Like, maybe not in the world, but definitely compared to like Europe.
Yeah.
Who are always on vacay or their days end at like 1.
And a lot of people are complaining right now about during the pandemic, they've been working at home. And so they're on like a 24-hour clock.
Yeah. Well,
You
welcome to our world,
Yeah,
bitch.
it's always been like that
Yeah.
for us. It's entirely like I tried to not text you guys after 9 o'clock. If
Yeah,
I
I try to
can,
think about it too.
unless there's something critical.
It's
you
a little
know?
different when it's just the three of us too. But yeah, I'm always cognizant of that because I'll do my own bullshit at 10 if I want to.
Yeah, and certainly we both worked in, for me, multiple circumstances where people didn't have that kind of restraint.
Yeah,
and,
professional respect.
and not even like even in the corporate world I had that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I was also in a I was also in a relatively top management position, and so
Right.
it doesn't really ever give up.
Yeah, the higher salary you get or the higher you move up, you
Yeah.
kind of have to sacrifice some of that. But even you guys, like I don't text you at 8 in the morning. I wanted to even check on the podcast today because obviously I was here. It didn't really matter. But I didn't want to like blow you guys up at 8 just in case we weren't doing it.
Yeah.
Because I hate that too. If you're,
Luckily, Kyle did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he bugged it for all of us. But you're having your coffee, watching your news, or doing your routine, and then you get my annoying ass text like, "Hey, Jim, get in here." Like
That doesn't bother me. First
Really?
thing in the morning doesn't bother me. Yeah, I get texts first thing because I work with somebody in
True.
in the Eastern time zone, and I have a kid in the Atlantic time zone. So
You get
I wake up to
used to it.
messages sometimes. What I don't even like at all is the idea that my phone would ring during the night because
Oh.
I have way too many bad associations with that.
Yeah. My phone ringing, I think I just have bad associations.
Yeah,
That's why I don't like talking on the phone.
Yeah, you said that you don't actually even have any alert on your phone, right?
No vibrate, no
nothing.
Yeah, I'm kind of a psycho. I don't even know where that whole thing
I don't know
started,
how you because you typically respond
quick.
very quickly.
Because I'm fucking around all day. I'm posting on TikTok. I'm posting on fucking Instagram. I'm posting on Twitter. Trying to stay relevant. Trying to stay woke. Trying to know what the kids are doing.
We were talking about the fact that the Sacramento History Museum here in Sacramento has 1.5 million followers on TikTok of all places.
Yeah, but it's like some guy. Like I know it's the company, but
Yeah.
everyone loves like the guy.
yeah.
The guy is like the character. Poor dude probably didn't even get a raise. He's marketing like a motherfucker.
Potentially.
Yeah,
We
so
could be
sad.
speaking from our own experience, but that's another
Yeah,
issue
but
altogether.
millions of followers. TikTok's insane. Follow my TikTok, nerds. All my Zoomers out there listening to the podcast, come hang out. We'll do dances together.
Zoomies. Have you seen there's a viral TikTok video of I think it's an ostrich or an emu or
Yeah.
something like that, and it looks like it's dancing. It's like or drunk or some combination of the two. I think you should do a split screen with that. That'd be a lot of fun.
I did just see an ostrich video. Or no, it's a kangaroo.
Okay.
I know that's much different, but in animals. And it's grabbing. It's crazy. You know how some of them are jacked?
Yeah.
It's a jacked one. And it's got this German shepherd looking like I'm fucking taking you. And it's got this shepherd and it's dragging it away. And this dude who looks pretty big comes up and like slaps the fucking kangaroo. And then they both square up like they're in the middle of a boxing match. The dog gets away and then the dude kind of bounces. I'm like, dude, I don't think that. I mean, I probably would have done the same for my dog.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, that is a bad idea.
That thing's gonna fucking wreck you.
Yeah.
There's no like they're
For
200
sure.
pounds. Like
Yeah.
they're huge.
For sure.
We got a lot of questions. Welcome to our Q&A, folks.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad that we have a lot of questions.
Yeah. We'll start broad and maybe start bringing it in. Here's a one banger. Do you have guest passes available for the gym? We do. So Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. One of us are going to be in the house. You can come hang out. We have a $20 day pass. And basically now you
Also
can,
4 hours on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Mornings on Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. $20 for a day pass. $50 for a 5-day pass. And then we also have a location-only shirt. So a shirt you can only grab here, and you can buy it here whenever you want. But if you are new and you want a day pass, you can spend $30, buy a shirt, and you get a free day pass with it.
There we go.
Moving on to the next one. Hobbies outside of fitness. I wouldn't even call fitness a hobby for me. Like, it's obviously a career. Fitness is a career.
Yeah.
Fitness is, like, part of what I do.
Yeah.
That's kind of like how I thought of like basketball too. Like I would never say basketball was my hobby, although I never made money from it.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like what I do. I was a basketball player, and not that I am fitness, but it's just part of what I do.
Yeah.
I watch TV. Would you say watching TV is a hobby? No, you watch TV.
Well, no, but a hobby would be if you watched a particular kind of TV and you were interested in that topic and you actually studied it outside of that, of just watching things.
But
too.
like I
feel like
also,
movies for me is kind of like that. Some TV shows kind of like that, where
I feel like that's hobby. Maybe this is, I don't even know the real definition, but I feel like it's like purely for like pleasure, growth, and enjoyment.
Mm-hmm.
Where like fitness is just so, it's like my left arm.
Yeah.
It's not my identity, but it's just what I do. I do it. I coach it. I've done it. I've always done it. I'll probably always do it. But hobbies.
I wish I could say that I was still a good reader, but I'm not. I just got an Audible subscription, so I'm going to try to like really lean in onto that. But that also means I'm going to listen to fewer podcasts, and
Yeah, you enjoy those.
I enjoy those, and it's a different experience.
What's the normal reader? Because there's less nowadays, right? Or like the reading enthusiast, the book enthusiast, take on audio stuff. Do they faux pas it and they shove their nose at that thing?
I don't think so. I think that it comes down to people who understand like how people learn and how they absorb material know that there is a difference between the people who would rather read and the people who would rather listen.
There's also something to watch.
Yeah.
I can absorb better watching a lecture, although it's audio. I'm not talking PowerPoint, just dude talking, lady talking, than I could an audiobook. Because I need to like
possibly.
I need to be like visually stimulated. So if I'm doing just audiobook, I'm gonna end up fucking with something, and my attention goes to what I'm fucking with, even if it's just a pen or riding my bike.
It kind of depends on how the subject grabs me, to be honest. Yeah, because there'll be times like listening to a podcast, someone will make a reference, and to a certain extent, the issue is how it's coded and not how I'm decoding it, where it's not clear what they just said or what they just said meant.
Yeah, or why they said it, like what's coming next, or
and
what
I'm hitting that back button a couple times going, wait, did I what did I miss here? Like, like I'm getting a little bit older, and every once in a while I don't catch things.
Yeah. No, I don't catch shit all the
might.
time. That's why I can't do audio. I just don't catch it. I feel like I'm not engaged in the conversation.
Yeah. So
And some of it is the presenter.
Yeah. Hobby.
Movies.
Yeah, movies for sure. And I got into ancestry shit a few years ago.
Oh yeah.
And it's weird, and there's a weird contradiction associated with it, in that I am less interested in the people that I'm more closely related to.
You're more into your caveman uncle than
not caveman, but like, I can go reasonably far back with a reasonable sense of security.
Yeah.
At some point, I'm gonna probably, if I fall into a pot of money, I'm gonna hire somebody to actually vet this stuff and make sure that is supposed to be. I mean, like, I thought I was very Irish, and I'm not.
Yeah, you're pretty American though.
Very, very, yeah. Like almost all my ancestors who came to America were colonials. So
that's wild. I should do mine, because my mom did hers, but she's obviously just one tiny line of mine.
Yeah,
I think we're pretty fucking Italian.
Yeah,
but mom, like Argentina, is kind of like America in a sense.
It's a melting pot kind of.
Yeah, so I know we're Basque on her side.
Okay,
but then that gets lost because they're like so isolated.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how much like Spain or Iberia you would have, or she has.
Yeah, she has a good amount of Iberia.
Okay, yeah. See, like it depends on who slices up the information. I show up as a certain percentage Iberian.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4%, like more than on some of them, more than than Ireland, whatever.
And probably more than you thought.
Yeah, and they often say that that's where the red hair came from, because the distance between Spain and Ireland is actually just a boat ride.
Oh yeah, true.
It's just a short boat ride.
True.
So people always say, "Oh, the red hair and blue eyes come from the Viking DNA." Well, I have plenty of that, folks, but that's the blue eyes.
Europe's so interesting because you go like Portuguese or Spain.
Yeah.
And then you're 20 miles, not 20, but 100 miles north, and your folks are looking way different.
Yeah, and then if you actually like look at my own DNA, I have blue eyes, but I don't have purely blue eyes.
Yeah.
Like I've got some brown and some green.
You don't scream Viking.
No.
Yeah.
But you could actually look at the DNA. You can see the different the different genes. Yeah. And like my son who's sitting in the room with here, he has a combination of colors, like a lot of different colors. There's like brown on green and stuff on my wife's side of the family, and it shows up there. My other son has eyes that are very similar to mine, very, very blue.
Yeah.
But, his kids have brown eyes, and,
Yeah.
because his wife has brown eyes. And
maybe I'll do it one day.
yeah, it's on sale right now.
Oh,
so
really? I think my mom even has
Ancestry,
one.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know which one she did. What's the main? Ancestry and then 23andMe?
23andMe, yeah. I would think about redoing it with 23andMe just to see what's up.
Yeah, compare and contrast.
And then I did the Y DNA, so just from my dad's side.
Oh, I
because
didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, you can. You can do
both.
Yeah, you can do both. You can do mitochondrial DNA or Y DNA or both.
Maybe I'll do that.
Specifically, because it tells you a little bit more information. Because I am a member of like the largest Scottish clan group ever.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to see how I fit in that and make sure that I really did, and apparently I really do.
That's cool.
It kind of looks like my first American ancestor was thrown out of Scotland after the Jacobite Revolution, after he fought in the Battle of Culloden. If anybody watching Outlander, those are my people.
I haven't seen it, but I heard it's good.
Yeah, so that I have a fascination with that, and it's really weird. I got into that because I was curious about it before.
This is pretty recent.
A few years ago, yeah. I got into it because one of our former gym mates was getting married in L.A., and I was invited, and I was supposed to go, and I got the flu, and I could not get off the couch all weekend, and so and there was a free ancestry for 14 days or whatever, and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna get in here and find out. And I started looking at family tree stuff, and then did the DNA thing later on.
Yeah, that is interesting.
So yeah, that's kind of, if I were to have to say.
Yeah, hobbies, I guess maybe I'm just stuck on the word hobbies because I've never had a hobby per se. There's little stuff like gaming, I guess, or I don't even know, because a lot of it's my gift and my curse is I turn a lot of my quote unquote hobbies or things I semi like to do and try to monetize them in a way, so then you never work a day in your life or whatever these fuckheads say. So I play games, but then I stream it, and so you try to make money off it, and then it becomes a chore, and then there's always work involved to optimize it or whatever. And then also because I don't have an insane competitive spirit, but I really do, or anymore. But I hate losing, or I hate sucking. So when I'm playing video games, I kind of treat it like a sport. I'm trying to get better.
Yeah.
I'm not just fucking around all the time. And so then you can still, obviously a hobby you can try to get better at too, but it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like golf, I guess. Golf's kind of my hobby, where I literally just don't give a shit. I'll go play around. I'll just fucking whack that thing. Really just. I guess maybe it's my own definition of hobby I'm getting caught up with. Yeah, but things I literally just do pure for fun.
Yeah, you're not doing it for sport. You're doing it for
any
fun.
for any other reason, just to fuck around. Golf's probably the only thing I can think about.
Competitiveness is an interesting thing because I don't think I'm so much about beating people. I just want to be on the competitive playing field and be doing well enough.
I've heard a lot of people talk like that.
And that's kind of how I'm with this business. We don't have to make millions of dollars or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that as long as we, stay true to what we're trying to do, and we're, honest and upfront with people and do all that kind of stuff that we value, if we stick to our values, we'll be, we should be fine.
That's part of my issue.
I don't know if we're going to be rich, but we're going to be fine.
That's part of my issue is I am insanely competitive, and I truly do believe in my talents and our talents and whatever business I go into, my business partner's talents. But business is cutthroat, and the definition of business is making money. That's the definition of the goal of any business, right? And the only thing that's bigger than me wanting to succeed is my moral code.
Yeah.
And those don't go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So that I've struggled with for 10 years of my career. Maybe why I move around jobs, maybe why I don't take sponsorships, all these pieces go into play there. And not that we would need to do some dirty shit to sell more clothes, but I don't want to do corny shit, I don't want to do cringe shit, and I definitely don't want to break my moral code. I want to be true to ourselves in everything we do. And that isn't always the recipe to make the most money. I guess even the basic one, our shirts cost more dollars for us because I want to put out the best quality shirt and a shirt that I truly like. Not only do I want to wear it, but I believe in the durability of the fit, etc. So we take the time to literally custom make a shirt.
Right.
Rather than we could go buy the cheapest shirt, throw a logo on it, and make $10 more a shirt we sell.
Yeah.
Instead, we're going to make $10 less shirt we sell.
Yeah. And any time that we get a better margin on something, it's not through compromising the quality.
No, yeah. It's literally only because the quality's better or different or the piece is different or something like that. Where other people, and it's fine too. Like, again, my moral code isn't your moral code or that business's moral code. Maybe their job is just to sell their logo. Maybe that's fine. But like, our job is to build the story, build the brand with the best quality functionality that we can, where other people might not think that way. So it's not like I'm not like morally higher than these people. I'm just morally different, or who we are is different. But how we are built isn't always necessarily perfect for making the most money.
Yeah, we talked about that a couple of episodes ago, and I think it's true. I actually have a couple of questions on the stream. Keith Honeycutt is asking if we're having any cool guests come through with World's Strongest Man in Town. The answer to that is no.
I've heard it's actually pretty bad on many levels. A couple guys tweeted about it, but they can't even see their families.
Yeah, they're essentially in a bubble, and they're doing. I think they're maybe doing daily testing. I'm not sure about that.
Not only COVID, but then the heat, and then obviously you got ESPN and all this stuff involved. They might even have contracts.
CBS.
Yeah, CBS. They might not even be able to talk to us for all we know. Because when you do stuff like this, they are kind of treated and acting like pro athletes. So who knows what kind of contract they have or NDA with the competition and whatever. So as of right now, no. Who knows if something changes? It is possible someone comes and hangs out and trains. We might be able to sneak them in, but
I would imagine it would be probably after it's over, more likely. And
but even that,
Sunday.
Because the world's so weird right now, and a lot of these guys have families and stuff, I assume they kind of compete and head home and.
I would imagine.
You never know.
Brian Shaw is supposed to be doing something here at one of the kind of an odd choice to my mind. It's a like a boot camp style gym that's not very large.
Yeah, I think it's a sponsor connect.
Maybe so, but I mean there are other people involved with that sponsor who have larger facilities. I don't understand exactly what's going on, but. So nothing with World's Strongest Man that we know about. This is we had been hoping to have an event this weekend, but because the tickets were so limited and released at so much the last minute, a lot of people had canceled their trips to Sacramento. So fewer people coming through the gym, and we will just we'll recycle that event to another time. We can celebrate grand opening anytime we want. That's the nice thing about grand openings; they can be really anytime.
This question we've kind of gotten, but maybe it's phrased slightly different so you can think about it. What part of opening a gym was the most unexpected? I think I have one, a pseudo one.
Go.
I think for me, it was that I've run businesses for a long time, but not brick and mortar stuff, even though I did open a gym a long time ago. It was obviously way, way different. Smaller scale and just different business model. I think for me, the biggest thing that blew my mind was business stuff, business internet, business trash, business, I don't know, fucking anything. When you try to go get a business account, you're worse off. Like, they fuck you. I thought you got fucking deals. Like, as a business,
Yeah.
I didn't think my internet would be free, but I didn't know it'd be like 4 times what my house one costs.
Yeah, a little bit Costco maybe.
I thought so. Yeah, where Costco's not a steal, but it's good.
A little bit Amazon. We get a couple pennies here.
But
and
we
there.
don't. I can't think of a single thing.
Insurance
is fucked.
Insurance is expensive.
Internet's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't think of a single thing. Our landlord himself is cool.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like in his, but that's like kind of industry standard stuff. Like, you can't really fuck around with that. But we didn't get fucked on it.
No.
But like everything else, I feel fucked. That, I guess, was kind of unexpected. I thought you'd get some deals.
Yeah. No, not so much. Not so much. Taxes suck.
Yeah. I guess I kind of knew the taxes, but everything else, I'm like, internet, shit like that.
Alex Solomon, who's somebody that I talk to on Facebook sometimes, says, "What's up?" Casey Hilton also says, "Howdy."
Hey, Casey.
And Jacob Perez says something about and the most amount of mullets. No more mullet for you. So
I saw one in public the other day too. I guess you could see him daily now. I'm glad I got rid of that thing. Purely for like my hipster. Hipster has gone through like a transformation, the word, I think, and it was like it was kind of like
It used to mean something kind of positive, and now it doesn't anymore? Or
I think so, but I still, like, I'll claim it. Like, because I am the guy that said, like, yeah, I listened to that band, and then he got on the radio, and I don't listen to that band no more. You know, I am like, they used to be cool, their first album.
Yeah.
I think because I like the origin and the story, and I like to know about shit.
Yeah.
That's part of it. And then also, I do like to be different. I don't, like, purposely go out of the way to fucking be so goddamn different.
Yeah.
But I don't want the same haircut as everybody. I had a mullet for 5 years, and then everyone wears a mullet. Yeah, I'm going to cut my mullet.
Yeah. You can't be a leader and never move. That's
If these Jedi braids actually do, like, a thing, then I'm the man. Then the mullet was because of me. I don't think it's because of me. I think it's because 90s are coming back. But if this thing goes...
Are we going to see them in the Obi-Wan series is my question.
Oh, the braids?
Yeah.
You have to, right?
I don't know.
What era are we in? Just post...
He's
in the desert.
Yeah. He's on Tatooine.
He's just fighting fucking Sandman all day. Is that the whole series?
That's maybe so.
Then no, right? Then we won't. All the little Padawans are dead. It's technically not a Jedi braid. It's a Padawan braid, but Jedi braid makes the... If I say Padawan braid when I'm explaining it to a normie, they're going to be fucking lost. So I have to say Jedi braid so they kind of know what's going on, even though it's factually incorrect.
I feel you.
Yeah. And I don't really know the origin of it, but I think it's cool. And then, like, if I want to go to a deeper meaning of it, it's like I'm always trying to learn.
Yeah. If you... actually, flashing back to our previous topic about hobbies and TV and movie and stuff, I chatted for 2 hours with some Star Trek geeks, one of whom is a friend, on a podcast called Trek Talk. Then I think that maybe that episode's out this week or something like that. If you want to hear me ramble in a really nerdy way
on some nerd shit
about Star Trek, you can listen to that. I think it's on all the platforms eventually. We recorded it on Discord, which wasn't too bad.
I think, like, fitness is so niched, and that's obviously why we've I mean, even in the beginning, when we've always podcast together, it's always hasn't, or at least we've tried to not make it always sets and reps because it does get so boring. But, like, something like that, I don't know if I could. I always think when I start businesses or anything, what am I doing for 5 years, right?
Yeah.
So, like, even my YouTube content, I was like, all right, how can I rock out for 5 years or something, right?
Yeah, well, this was a 5-year lease, so yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, big business, but any content.
Yeah.
And obviously, that's why our content moves around. Star Trek, Star Wars. When you're so, like, niched of a niche, I'm like, dude, I can't talk about that once, twice a week for 5 years.
No.
And I love Star Wars, but, like...
It's a lot. Yeah,
I guess the books. I just don't read. But if you're comics, like if you're in it, you could probably find different stories and Easter eggs. But holy cow!
Well, when we look at the amount of content too, like Star Wars, there's not that much movie content.
No,
and
for sure.
And there's a little more series content now, but still from an hour for hour basis, there's a shit ton more Star Trek.
True. And I've heard the books of Star Wars are really, really good. But it's just even then, I'm like, dude. But even just being so closed in, I guess, because fitness is broad-ish.
Yeah.
But holy shit, I don't think I could do that. Props to him. Oh. Here's like a direct business question that you could probably answer better than me. What's the process of acquiring a seller's permit number pretty quickly? I assume you just do it online.
Yeah, they're typically online. And there's usually more than one level of it. That's the issue.
Yeah, like what you're selling, where you're selling, and then I think but I don't think it's a super long process.
No, it tends not to be. Yeah. It's like city, and then you need a tax number from your state, and you need a tax number from federal.
Yeah.
So at EIN, that's fast and easy. The city level, that was not that hard for us. The state level, something happened, and I was supposed to have gotten a return email within a couple of days that had all the information in it. It just wasn't there, and whatever reason it didn't process. And so I had to call, and then all those people were working from home. There's no counter to go to at all. Because normally, like if you're trying to do something fast,
in person,
you go to a counter and hand over a check. And
they have answers. They have papers.
Right, because they do it a million times a day. And all these are people at home. So I talked to somebody who was clearly at home, but was so much more relaxed because they were at home.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, yeah, I can take care of that for you. Here, let me just this.
The typical state worker, for those that haven't done like business, is like kind of the stereotypical like counter mail person or DMV. We were like, dude, they're just dicks. Like, why are you a dick? I understand you deal with idiots all day, but I'm not an idiot, and let's just talk like humans.
Speaking of DMV, in California, they're trying to make it so that almost everything is online, and you don't have to physically go.
I'm down.
for
Yeah.
much of anything.
I had to stand in line forever I don't even think I had to take an eye test. To renew it 1 year. You know, you have to you renew it every 3, 4, 5 years, and then you got to every 10 years you have to renew it.
Yeah.
I had to go in there 2 summers ago. I don't
Get
even,
a new picture. And
yeah, all that. Maybe an eye test. I can't do a fucking eye test on the internet or something. It's a bullshit one. E, D, C. Now you trust me to drive?
Are you blind?
Yeah.
From that distance. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And yeah.
There's blind motherfuckers driving left and right.
I still have to get the Real ID thing because
I haven't done that
next year
too.
it keeps pushing it up next year. But I think they made it easier. You can upload your documents online. You have to go in for 10, 15 minutes or whatever.
Because you got to go to before you had to go to the DMV with 80 fucking identifications. I'm not doing that. I'll just travel with my passport.
You can do that too.
Yeah.
The problem is the thing I fear is losing a passport.
Yeah.
It's really easy to lose a passport.
We got to get you a fanny pack like me.
We when we travel internationally, we are just crazy about where the passport is all the time. Like, where's the passport?
I don't know why. I think I'm just a little neurotic. I've never lost shit in my life. I don't think I've ever. I lost one wallet when I was 10, and I freaked out. I had $10 in there. My dad's like, "It's okay," and I'm fucking freaking out. Never lost never lost my keys, never lost a phone, never lost a wallet, never lost a hat, never lost a bag, or left, lost, whatever, and it never. I'm just neurotic as shit.
They, part of the original thing with Real ID was you're supposed to provide your original Social Security card. I know where mine is.
I hope my mom has it. I don't know.
My wife lost hers and hasn't had it for forever.
Yeah.
I mean, she's about to frickin' retire, and she hasn't had it since her probably
you got
20s.
You got the number. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, exactly. The number works, so that's all you really need to know.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to bring that or original or copy birth certificate or something. I'm like, dude, I ain't going to the DMV for that. Waiting 4 hours with my life's papers on me.
Yeah.
DMV's the worst. Absolute trash. Never going again. Maybe we can get some tips here. I struggle with motivation, and how do you find it? I don't know if it's something you find. I don't know if you'd be looking around, but I think you can build some habits to maybe keep you more on track for your goals. I even did a post yesterday. Everyone got so fucking butthurt. All these little fucking snowflakes, dude. You fucking... I don't want to call you all a bunch of bad names, so you guys need to fucking nut up, all right? I said, simply, that just because you work out regularly does not mean you are disciplined. I'm talking in a tweet, right? You use 200 characters. I'm not writing a book. I'm not writing a thesis. I made a statement. Now, then I thought, because I like to be empathetic.
Yeah.
Throw myself in their shoes. Mike, did you use wrong wording? Did you say something offensive? Or even if they have a fragile fucking ego, would they be hurt by, I work out and I think I'm disciplined? My point being is that it does take some discipline to work out every day and to eat healthy. Sure, some easier than others. Some people love it, way easy. Some people struggle with it, takes a little more discipline. But just because you have mastered or have some discipline in one area that typically people that follow me on the fucking internet really enjoy, you wouldn't find 50% facts, anything we've ever done, if you don't enjoy fitness. If you absolutely fucking hate fitness, you're not finding us. So I obviously am speaking to my audience. So if you enjoy fitness and you go deadlift twice a week, you think you're automatically zen'd out disciplined guy? Fuck you. How about things that you can't control? Then be disciplined. How about taxes? How about taking care of your loved ones? How about business? How about other areas of your life that are healthy? Mental health, therapy. Now are you disciplined? Right? Disciplined isn't like just it's not a light switch. I'm disciplined, I am not nice.
It's not a binary. Yeah. So what you're challenging the assumption of is the saying how we do one thing is how we do everything.
Right.
That's not true. I think it's fundamentally untrue.
I think it's a good goal.
Yeah, but it's fundamentally untrue.
And I've talked about that in every live seminar I ever go to. There's a portion where I'm talking about how beautiful the barbell is as a tool of discipline, hard work, and pushing ourselves that can really change our lives if we allow it to bleed into other aspects and habits of our life.
But it's not automatic.
No, it's effort. It's attention. It's directed goals and attention day in, day out to I love to squat. I squat 5 days a week. I used to squat 315. Now I squat 400. I love my wife. I don't give her enough time, attention, and love. How can I treat her better? How could I do better? I love cooking. How could I be better? Well, then cook every fucking day. I'm bad at business. I'm bad at this. Then do it better. Do it more often.
Well, here's a...
You fucking pussies.
Here's an example from the real world. Like, you can make it to the gym 2, 3, even 4 days a week, and you work out, and you're there for a long time, and you put a lot of effort into it, but you overdraw your checkbook.
And you're a fucking drunk every Friday.
Well, you don't even have to go that far. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And this is a thing that's true.
No,
this is
100%.
not a thing. This is not a circumstance I made up.
No.
This is a thing that happens all the time.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. No, yeah.
You don't even look at your checkbook. You don't even look at your bank account. You don't even have like a loose budgeting. Now, I'm not the guy that's doing every dollar for every meal I've ever done, but I got a loose budget in my head that I control every month.
And you balance it against your checkbook,
what's coming in, what's coming out versus my credit cards. But my point, and I'm not some zenned out disciplined guy either. I'm not coming from my high horse. I'm just saying that these people bash their chest all every fucking day that they're Mr. Disciplined because they work out. And then counter to that, I did a thing a while ago where everyone now it's cool to bash motivation. You don't need motivation. You need discipline and fucking respect. Fuck you too. Mr. Tough Guy, Mr. I'm so disciplined because, again, I love doing clean and jerks, and you clean and jerk 3 times a week. What's wrong with motivation? If you need to watch Rocky fucking 5 every time before you go to the gym, watch fucking Rocky 5. How does that hurt me? How does that hurt you? And how does that hurt your goals?
Right.
If fucking Creed 2 gets you fired up, go watch it. Who gives a shit? Now, more applicable things to how to find motivation or how to stay motivated. I do think direct goals with the timeline help. And some of this sounds kind of pseudo cliche because everyone beats it to the ground, but it is true. If you write down a goal, whether it be business, weight loss, spend more time with family, build a timeline. All right, this year I want to spend more time with Jim. Okay. Then what do we do? All right, once a week, me and Jim are going to try to grab coffee, non-work. Okay. Then from there, right? I mean, that one's easy because it's just a direct thing. But lifting weights, same idea. Find a program, find a coach, find a goal, find a meet, find a timeline, start chugging to it. Some people are more visual or need in your face, and some of it, again, is kind of corny, but throw your favorite deadlifter on the screen of your phone and as the wallpaper. Write your goals somewhere where you're going to see them every single day, where you brush your teeth, where you grab your coffee, where you shower, whatever, right in front of your desk every day you're going to look at. Over time, hopefully we build these habits that they're drawn into us. Honestly, some things, again, I'm not perfect by any means, but there's certain things that, and then try not to tackle too much at once, right? If you're trying to be super motivated in 8 different areas and you're trying to break 8 bad habits, it's going to be really hard, right? Baby step into this thing. But for me, I am just kind of hard-headed, so some things are kind of easy. Things I realized. I was getting more anxious lately and stressed. I was drinking the fuck out of these energy drinks. I was like, all right, I'm not going to drink energy drinks. I just stopped drinking energy drinks.
Yeah, when we were talking about that last week, the thing I was trying to get to that I didn't quite get to, or maybe I didn't get to it at all, is there's a whole psychology viewpoint about somatics.
Yeah.
About how things make you feel and then what they make you think and all that stuff. And what you're talking about is a somatic thing. You're like, you feel it in your body that your heart rate is elevated
right.
at a time where your heart rate shouldn't be elevated,
right.
Or you just, some energy drinks have stuff in that just make you feel just weird.
Yeah.
And that can produce anxiety by itself.
Yeah, because you recognize that when you do anxiety, your heart also races, and now it's just ping pong. It's like mirroring the effect.
Right. Yeah. It makes it actually worse. Our friend Casey says, Mike, isn't the point of a hot take kind of for people to potentially get butthurt?
No, 100% Casey. But all the other ones, I guess, Casey, shout out to Casey. Casey invented Hot Take Tuesday for me.
Oh, okay.
But they just begin it like innocently. I don't like Oreos. They're fucking overrated. Actually, I never said I don't like Oreos because I'll eat the shit out of some Oreos. Oreos are overrated was the comment. And yeah, if people get fired up about Oreos. But my issue is that with this hot take, I did go a little deeper. Me and Kyle made it up yesterday. And that like these people, I just don't think, and again, I'm not trying to say like I'm perfect by any means, but like these people's egos are so fucking fragile that I even just I didn't even point people out. I didn't tag nobody. I posted it to 200,000 people, and their egos are so fragile that someone maybe questioned their discipline, and they freak the fuck out. You're wrong. Bad take. And they're freaking out. I'm like, dude, maybe just think about it. Think about other areas of your life that you're maybe not the best at. Think of other habits that you don't love. Like, think of these things that you can maybe fix, or think of things that you don't put effort in that you, everyone, like the typical one is weight loss. Like, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds. Like, you're not, but what are you doing to do that?
Yeah.
Like, you can't just throw these things out there and then not do something to go do that. Like, you have to act the way you want to do that, right? Like, talk is cheap, you know?
I feel you. Let me give you a different slice on that. Okay, so I think with things like motivational phrases like discipline, you need discipline, you don't need motivation, or whatever, you know, which is a motivational phrase, and there's an irony in there that I just cannot extract.
Yeah, it's trash.
But what a lot of people are looking for is a thing to hang their hat on and say, because I do this,
for sure,
I'll be able to do that.
Which, again, going what you said, I think that can be true, but it's not inherently true.
Oh no, it's not inherently true. But people are looking for the, they're looking for the answer that is like the kind of the least common denominator, the thing that requires maybe the least effort to make a decision about, maybe not even the least effort to do, but the least effort to make a decision about. A good example comes from one of the things we did this month when we talked about Super Size Me, and I realized the emphasis on that is really weird. Super Size Me.
I've been saying some weird shit like that, and the boys have been calling me out. I said like Nashville. And like, what city did you just say? Oh yeah, fuck you, dude. Sometimes it just happens.
Where was I? Oh, okay. The person who said, I can't afford to eat at Subway, so I'll never lose weight.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing. It's like, okay, well, that's offered up as a thing that people can do that has some sort of automatic result, which it doesn't. And if I could do that, then I would have whatever. Okay, is that an excuse, or is it a person looking at a thing that they think is the solution? Everybody wants a silver bullet for everything. Like, the fitness industry wouldn't exist if people weren't looking for the silver bullet for everything.
And even that Subway thing is like that one's so that's a great example, because you're like, 1, Subway's not healthy. 2, it's not expensive. 3, right? Like, what are you doing? But that is a good example. Let's say that hypothetically we think Subway is really cheap or really expensive and is the answer to fat loss. Let's just hypothetically think that. And that's fine. Okay, I'm Mike. I want to lose 10 pounds. I can't do Subway twice a day. There's no Subway in my town, or whatever excuse. I don't have the money. Then let's just like keep extracting. Okay, what can I do? Oh, maybe I could make my own sandwich that's kind of like Subway and the macros are close. And obviously this is too much for that movie. I'm now moving back to...
you have to look at what the intent of the thing was and what is it made up of.
You're finding the problem. I can't lose weight. And then you're self-justifying with another problem.
Yeah,
why would you self-justify with an answer? Okay, I don't even like fucking sandwiches. I'm gonna do a lean burger. Like, find a fucking solution.
Yeah, people are missing the point that the issue is that you're eating a defined number of calories,
and you won't change your fucking habits.
Right.
And that's my point of this whole discipline thing. Like, and I'm sorry, your little egos are so fucking shatterable that I maybe questioned your disciplined ass, but like, I'm not fully disciplined either. I still have trouble in relationships with food. We're all going a little binger here and there. Like, again, I'm not perfect, but I am working towards getting back on the horse and finding this level of moderation and losing the guilt when I do that and all this stuff. Like, at least I'm aware enough. Like, spend some fucking time with yourself or therapy and figure out what the fuck's going on in your life, rather than let one tweet with 100 characters blow. And people wrote comments that were 4 times more characters than my tweet. And, like, my response was, like, I try to always respond. I got the best compliment this week. Shout out to whoever you were. He said, Mike, I don't know how you respond so sweetly to absolutely insane people. Or he used different words, but I'm like, yeah, like, I don't want to troll back. But my response was like, sir, this is a tweet, not my thesis. Like, it's different if it was a YouTube video and you could really come at me because I spent 10 minutes talking. This is a fucking tweet, 200 characters, and your comment takes up my whole iPhone. Like, of course you're going to win that little debate, you little dumb bitch. Everyone turned into a philosopher and just out-talked me. Like, yeah, dude, but like... And their arguments were just so dumb. Like, what about bad days in the gym? discipline got me in still. I'm like, okay, you had one day where 225 felt heavy, and now, oh, poor Timmy, your whole life's in shambles.
That's not a question of discipline. That's a question of just being hardy enough to continue having a strong enough constitution.
Yeah.
I don't think that has anything to do with real discipline.
And are you so disciplined? Because then you went on MySpace and bitched about it for 10 hours about how weak you felt that day and built 20 excuses around it. The sun was in your eye and the chalk was slippery.
I mean, there's a reason why it's a cliche in fitness where people say, particularly on meet days, didn't go how I wanted, but I had, chalk in my butt crack and I was,
my pre-workout was diluted.
My childhood friend teased me. And I'm making absurd comments, but like, if everyone could just avoid ever using those kind of excuses, I realize that they're trying to buffer the ego thing.
Right.
I think all of us have this all factored in already. And
for sure.
Yeah.
It's easy. And powerlifting is a weird sport in that way because there's not many variables.
Yeah.
So you have more excuses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where like people do it in other sports, like basketball, people make some excuses, but you're not gonna like you'll just sound so stupid if you say I lost by 10 points because of the referee. Like you didn't. You didn't. Like the ref doesn't choose if the ball goes in the hole or not.
Yeah.
Like you do all that. Like there's so many more variables. You'd have 2 books worth of excuses. Like the ground was slippery and the ball was flat and the other team cheated and the ref and the sunlight and my rim was taller. Like there's so many. It would sound so obnoxious. So. Yeah, people in the NBA and stuff bitch, but it's less likely. Powerlifting, that it's such an ego thing just to say I didn't do good today.
Yeah, and it would be really cool if you could then in the next level get to just be honest about this stuff and then not hashtag accountability because that makes my stomach crawl.
I mean, just everyone's just a fucking philosopher and fucking the world.
I don't know. Just authenticity is hard, and people do things the way they see other people do them.
Right. Yeah, and then because that, I mean, that's another little echo chamber of virtue signaling little snowflakes.
An interesting comment from our last episode with Kelly. We were talking about inner voice. It was not the main part of the episode, but it was a significant part of it. And somebody commented, I'm not going to take them to look it up, but shout out to whoever said this, that not only do they have an inner voice, but then they have an inner comment section that talks shit on their inner voice.
That's good.
It's like, yeah, I think that's... I said I feel seen because I do.
I don't, but I was talking to a friend recently and about the podcast, and not only do I have the inner voice, I have an inner movie. I'll see myself. I think it's based on like my high school basketball coach. I played for him for 4 years, and he was super into visualization.
Yeah.
And so like I don't remember before I was 13 my inner voice or visualized too long ago, but I started visualizing basketball a lot in different instances and how to get better and whatever. The thing with visualization is my inner voice does that as well, but then we started getting a little deeper, and sometimes it's third person. And sometimes it's first person, and I don't necessarily try to control that, but so sometimes it just happens.
Sometimes you hear yourself in your head, and sometimes you hear the narrator from Arrested Development.
No, I see picture.
Oh, okay.
Or don't see because I'm driving.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't see. I mean, I kind of see. It's probably not safe. But I like if I feel like if I'm doing a sport or like an activity, I see third person. It's still my voice narrating.
Yeah.
I don't see myself talking. I see myself hear my inner voice.
Okay.
Or if it's like a conversation, if I'm visualizing the podcast or how to be like on or think quick or whatever, then it'll be more first person-y, like cerebral type stuff. First person-y visualize.
I think I feel you. Yeah.
And I don't know if that's everyone either. I don't know. But
we got. I gotta get back in here. Some more responses.
Hello, friends.
Follow
us, youtube.com/JimMcD1234.
Yeah.
For when we do go live. Sometimes we talk to y'all.
Subscribe if you're not. And that may be changing to another, but for right now,
whatever.
You should always be able to get to it from
there's
there.
content there. So the podcast sits there. We got more movie reviews coming, and then these Q&As. We'll try to interact with y'all a little bit and hang out.
And I have a couple of topics I'm looking for pseudo experts for going forward, or actual experts.
Yeah. So if you're
psychological stuff that I got some interest in, and for whatever reason, I'm giving a plug again to Lane's show that I do, post-production on. This week is Dr. Brad Schoenfeld, and it's so far I've been listening and QAing the episode, and it's really good. It comes out manana. Any cool businesses around that we've made friends with? Not yet. Nobody's making friends right now.
Like if we have, they're past people.
Yeah.
It's not like because of this stuff. It's
I mean, like Ramsey's Place.
Yeah. Our buddy Ramsey has a really cool cardio studio. Obviously, a bunch of friends have cool gyms and shit, but
Hyperthrive.
Yeah. Our friends do some really great strength and conditioning for mostly baseball, but a lot of sport athletes. So we definitely have friends in the area. Both of us have been here a long time, but nothing like new because the world's just kind of.
Keith Honeycutt is asking what our gym equipment wish list is currently.
That's good. A lot of people ask that. And this is like a generic answer, but it is kind of true. Like, obviously, we're barbell-based and strength-based, but we do want to accommodate many different practices. So a lot of it's based, and then even within that, powerlifting's so niched out with the equipment you use. So we basically have everything you could use or need for any powerlifter, any strength athlete that competes, but we're not like as specialized. So we don't have a monolift yet. I know that's near top of our list, but again, like if we don't have a bunch of guys that compete in a monolift, now you're taking up
$3,000 to $5,000 worth of
and 30 square feet
of floor space.
Yeah, for like one guy that competes there. So yeah, stuff like that kind of depends on the community we continue to build. Right now we have, I don't know, making this up, 30 to 50% of people that actually compete in powerlifting without a monolift. 1% that competes in a monolift, and then a lot of people just that like to crush weights.
We have a lot of fit members.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people who just they come in and they work their asses off.
They kind of deadlift, they kind of do some cardio, they kind of catch a pump, they kind of roll.
They have what I see is kind of an amalgamation of all the things that have been popular in the last 10 years of fitness and
people do some CrossFit-ish workouts on their own. Some people do weightlifting-ish workouts.
They squat with a barbell. They kind of power build. They do curls, and all the cable machines are always in use.
The term like casual gym goer has a negative thing, but these are like people that get after it. I guess kind of like us. There are people that get after it, but aren't always number one goal isn't to be the best powerlifter in the world.
And some people are here because their jobs are physically demanding in a I got to be relatively strong and relatively fit and relatively flexible kind of way.
So the equipment kind of based around that. I mean, we have everything you could possibly want right now, and then everything from there would be a step up. Like, we don't have a leg press, but you can belt squat. It's literally just the same thing, but harder. And maybe we will get a leg press or a hack squat or something, but all in due time.
I'm actually going to show you something and not react to it on the show, but the bottom thing, is that something you knew?
Oh, no.
I didn't either.
No.
Which kind of brings me around to another question, and that's like, where are we? And this is my question. Where are we in the life cycle of fitness? The fitness industry. We've talked a lot in the last year about the viability of large gyms going forward. But like, I think that there are so many people in the industry at this point trying to sell things that it's become more challenging. And is the market for that stuff shrinking or growing? And I did not look up any answers to this. This is just a gut check question.
A lot of people made a lot of money doing a lot of different things, right? Like supplements. The industry's been a long time. As soon as social media and the internet started to blow up, it became more accessible to make your own. And a lot of different people did it, and a nice number, and had a lot of success and made a shit ton of money. Equipment, sleeves, wraps, belts. Some people did it, some people didn't. Everyone tried it. Some people had a lot of success, some didn't. Obviously, when you have like a perishable or a consumable, things are going to be purchased more often, and that's a better business model. Something on subscription.
But also, everyone, that's not a secret. And
for sure, it's been around forever.
Is low.
It is. Margins are good. Barrier to entry is low. But then, what do you bring to the table? And it's kind of like that. The consumables are like food or anything else, right? Like if you hit the market, if you brand well, if you have a good product, if you market well, you might be able to succeed. But how many people are trying to do it? And it's something like barbells. Like there's still companies coming up with that. That's a whole thing too, right? There's new rack companies, new barbell companies that seem to be. I mean, even Kabuki's new. People, it's like such a household name now. But we were good friends with Chris way before Kabuki.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's new at least.
Yeah, and I think we were there at the point that he made the decision.
No, 100%. Yeah, to go full in. And
when I say there, I mean physically in the building.
No, he was hanging out with us. Yeah. They make great stuff.
Yeah.
And so obviously they've succeeded, and he's such a perfectionist with attention to detail. They do great, and it's well deserved. He works his tits off. But point is that's a household name now in the meathead space, but it's new to me.
Yeah, The Rock loves his stuff.
Like everyone's rocking it. Yeah, a bunch of universities, whatever. So point being that if you do have something proprietary, whether that just be marketing, branding, or an item itself, I think you'll always find a room to succeed. And then the sad truth, I think, about fitness, not our space, but fitness as a whole, is that if you have the silver bullet or a fake silver bullet, there'll always be a chance you can ride the wave of scam and popularity. So you have a supplement, it makes you feel tingly, and you promise 10 pounds body fat loss. Just because people are feeling tingly, you might be able to sell millions of dollars worth of that shit. Or you get on Oprah's book list, or you get on some. There's always a chance
you have to
for trash to
yeah,
make it.
I mean, to keep expanding your market, you have to dilute your product in a lot of ways. You dilute it in terms of what it takes to understand to use it. You have to dilute maybe the authenticity of it, because you have to make claims that are just borderline true, or
to catch attention. You got to get attention.
Yeah, for sure. Whether or not your label says one thing, you might be saying something else in your advertising.
Yeah.
I just think it's getting harder. The really fat days of the supplement industry, the fitness industry have kind of passed for now.
Yeah.
A thing that you learn in business schools, that business runs in cycles. We're heading into what I would call a retrenchment phase.
Yeah.
Like, we've talked to people over the last couple of weeks about businesses that are maybe not doing as well as they appear to.
Yeah.
We know one in particular that we know is retrenching hard away from things that they had done before toward a thing that to me doesn't look like it's going to be particularly successful. But
a lot of it too is like goals and like intent. Like, are you trying to get into Walmart versus are you trying to hit your niche hard? Yeah. With what you do, because there's a lot of money to be made both ways, right? It's all to scale.
Right.
You make $10 million a year, but you have 500 employees, versus you make $1 million a year and you have 3 employees, or whatever. I just whip those numbers up, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And same thing. So it is so dependent on industry, margins, what you want to do. There's obviously always room in business for innovation. There's always room for trends, and it can be as cool as marketing. It could be as cool as your logo's fucking rock.
Yeah,
your story's sick. Your leader's sick. Your podcast is sick. So there's always going to be room for stuff. I don't know the big scheme, because for a second, and we're still there. Like, more people are squatting and deadlifting than ever. So the basics still ring true, but yeah, you're scrolling through Instagram and you also see more dog shit than ever. People doing triple backflip, camel, Bosu ball, kettlebells.
Yeah,
TikTok's full of that shit.
Yeah,
and it's getting millions of views. So like, there's gonna be another Bosu ball company popping out next month.
But usually it's still an industry is still appearing to grow at the point that retrenchment starts happening.
For sure. Yeah, what you see and what's happening.
Incremental, incremental marginal increase has slowed significantly. So the level might be high, but
I think fitness as a whole is only going to keep growing, just because people are enjoying it more. The more media and shit comes out, the more you feel bad. Like, I even found it, like, fuck, I'm on my phone a lot, or fuck, I'm in my house a lot, right? So, like, people are going to find a way to move, and does that mean the barbell? Maybe not, but, like, yoga's doing well. There's F45. There's all these other, like, type of gyms. Cycling, like, obviously because of COVID, but, like, bicycling soared this year. Golf soared this year.
Right.
Like, so there's always going to be, and whether you want to call golf fitness or not, in my head, it's kind of the same. Like, you're moving your fucking body. That's all that really matters to me. I think all that will continue to grow, because the biggest topic that is only touched on by kind of conspiratorial type folks right now, even though it has a lot of validity, is that obesity is still a huge issue.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to bring that up first thing in a COVID talk, but that is what's popping up. But the point is that it is a big issue. It'll be around. And
Right.
how do we continue to find more healthy lifestyles or movements? So I do think fitness is still a big piece. Nutrition trends are still very trendy. Drink this shake and you lose weight, whatever. So, yeah, I don't know. It is interesting. It is obviously pertinent to us as what we do business-wise, and pertinent to a lot of you on what you enjoy or what you might see in the future. But I'd always refer back to the podcast we do with Eric Helms. That's like how to spot a scam. He had it was so good. I don't know if he had it prepared and he did that before or not, but he's just such a smart dude. He had like a step 1 through 10. What's a scam? Like, he's just so fucking good.
Yeah.
It was a good episode, and you can always learn. And a lot of it stays true. You can kind of see false claims or magic claims. I can't remember all the steps, but go check that episode out.
On that note,
Ladies and gentlemen,
we'll bring this one for a landing.
new podcast every single Wednesday. Movie coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. And 3sb.co, there may or may not be a very big sale coming soon, our once a year sale. So stay tuned for that. Here we'll announce it. Email will announce it.
This is not going to be on the sale that I'm holding on the screen right now.
Yeah, next drop will be kind of summery, late July, August. And if you're in the Northern California area, come stop by the gym anytime. I'm Sal Mike. Where you want to find me?
I'm at the Jim McD on all the social medias. This show is 50% facts, where percent is a word and 50 is just numbers. And we will talk to you next